Hey guys, Kiki Kannon here with Kannon Studios, and today I wanted to go over some pieces that I recently resin printed for my cosplay. So I'm really excited about this new costume I started. I know I wouldn't be a typical cosplayer, right, unless I started a new costume without finishing any of the others I'm working on, because why would it be any different? I'm hoping to complete it this month, which probably would have been doable, but I seem to be adding more and more complicated things into it because it's just something that I just do. I don't know. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the video. I'm going to be going over some variety of things, which if you have any questions on anything or want a tutorial about something specific, just let me know in the comments below. I'll also list some materials that I use, so please stick around if you would like to learn some things, or if you just want to see the finish of this creation of this costume, or if you just want to support an artist. Thanks guys, hope you enjoy the So I have plans to finish this costume this year, hopefully, and in this video I'm going to go over a couple pieces that I've already finished, which are primarily the belt accessories that I have done. And I've really been working with Blender a lot lately since I've been doing so much resin printing. And it's just a program that I ended up using and getting into because it was free. And so I figured I didn't really have much to lose. And I've just been working on it more and more and trying to improve, getting faster. And I have learned a lot. I did ask in my last video if people would be interested in Blender tutorials, and I've gotten some feedback, so I'll be making a Blender tutorial series. So I did cut out a lot of the 3D modeling because there's many hours of it, and if I left it all on here and went over all of it, this video would be rather long and probably not super exciting. But I do plan on making Blender tutorials that will be more universal, that will hopefully work for specific projects that you guys want to work on or create. So here's what I ended up having finished. I ended up customizing and adding some of my own personal details and changing the design a bit. You could say that my costume is more inspired by this Zelda version more than I'm accurately trying to make this Zelda version. So I've added a lot of Easter eggs from the other games. The prints came out really nicely and I'm really happy with the results. And to clean up all the excess, I'm just going to use mean green. And after I'm done cleaning off all the pieces with mean green, I will go ahead and give them an alcohol bath. If you'd like to know more about resin printing, I do have some videos on that. Here are the belt pieces. I'm not quite sure what to call them. The accessories, the belt loops, I suppose. So these will go through the same process. Instead, I'm going to take off the supports first and then wash them just because it will be easier. And the belt is just going to fit through the hole like that, and then I will glue them together. These are the circular parts which will also attach to the belt pieces. I think that'll make more sense once I have it all in the belt together. Now that all the pieces have been cleaned, dried, and cured, I just cured them in a UV light in a box. Feel free to check out my other resin printing videos if you're curious about this process. And now I'm going in and sanding. Generally, I don't really need to do too much sanding because the resin prints already come out clean. So because there are a little bit more cleanup on the back where the supports were, I am going to be doing a little bit more cleaning because I do have this back panel and I want the back to look really nice. So I will be sanding off that part and I will be adding another layer of resin which I will cure and sand This just helps fill in any divots or any imperfections. Because my pieces were a little tiny bit warped, I just needed to reflatten them back out, so I just used the heat gun and clamped them. I have this test buckle here that I decided to do some test colors on to choose which one I want to do. Since this costume, like I mentioned before, is just inspired by the Zelda, I wanted to change it up a bit and tried a variety of tests. Because I ended up loving how the buckle turned out so much, I decided to make a mold of it so that I can make replicas of it. The mold came out really nice and clean, and it did pick up all those little details. I also have a video on making molds from resin prints if you're interested. So I wanted to do the traditional gold like seen in the photo just to see what it would look like. So I'm going to brush in some cast magic. And now I'm going to pour in some Smooth Cast 300. And it really came out absolutely beautiful. Better than expected. It really picked up every little detail. So I got this two-sided sticky tape stuff. I don't know exactly what to call it. I probably had it for like 12 years now from when someone gave it to me, and every once in a while I find some type of use for it in the studio. So I'm going to use it just to put these little loose pieces on so I can paint them easier. And so far I've done a couple coats of primer and I'm just laying down some black. And I like to do a nice light sanding in between some of the coats so it's less of a gritty finish and it will come out more smooth. And I really like this stage in the painting process where I only have a couple coats of the rose gold. I definitely love the black and how it's showing through. It's not the colors that I'm going to go with, but I still like to appreciate the different layers of paint in through the process. So here are all the pieces and they're fully coated. I'm just going to leave it as a nice clean metallic. And I decided to go ahead and paint the inline details with a nice champagne gold. I really like the soft, elegant colors. It's something different, and I can't wait to see how all the colors and the finish are going to bring this costume to life. Here is kind of a rough color scheme that I wanted to try to go with, as well as I'll be changing some other details. I did just want to paint these first before I did all the other armor to see if I liked it, and to be honest, I think it came out really great. So I'm excited to see how the other pieces come together. I will have some more videos on the upcoming pieces soon. So here's the final result of everything. It looks nice and smooth, and this buckle, this is the back plate that's going to go on it. So the leather is going to go in between these two pieces. So thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. I really appreciate it. I am trying to get to that YouTube partner. Haven't quite made it yet, so all of the watch hours definitely help. So I want to give also a big thank you to all the July supporters so far this month. I really appreciate it on Twitch. Feel free to check me out there. I do stream sometimes. I do not currently have a schedule, so you'll just have to follow me and catch me if you're interested. So thank you guys so much, and feel free to subscribe if you'd like more content. I am working on more videos.